Trump shooting will appeal to Black voters. And you want to get rid of DEI? Who the hell approved that headline? Who decided in the morning meeting that this was good? Let's run with that. The Blacks. Let's give you the details. Following public outcry, Forbes has taken down an article from its site entitled, "Will Surviving Gunfire Be Donald Trump's Next Appeal to Black Voters?"
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
Written by self-proclaimed DEI expert Shaun Harper. Story was posted Saturday, July 13th, and was called out for its offensive nature. Got a lovely smile, though. That's where I got to stop. Got a great smile. In the piece, Harper stated that Black people in this country suffer from inexcusably high amounts of gun violence. He also noted that Trump has a history of using his indictment on several criminal charges and mugshot as a way to make racist assertions about how he connects with Black folks. And the Blacks, they love me because they know the terrifying sound of gunshots. Isn't that something Trump has actually said? Harper stated in the article. Hopefully he doesn't, but it isn't all that unthinkable. Okay. The Root giving us more details. In addition, Harper also drew a shocking parallel to Trump raising his fist after the failed assassination attempt at his campaign rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday to two notable Black figures during the civil rights movement. After winning gold and bronze medals for their spectacular performances in the men's 200-meter race at the 1968 Olympics in Mexico City, American track athletes Tommy Smith and John Carlos raised gloved fists as they stood on that podium. Harper wrote, hopefully Trump doesn't claim that his raised fist was an homage to Smith and Carlos, two powerful Black Americans. Candace McDuffie, The Root, love her. Candace does some great writing. She's terrific. So let's keep going, shall we? I want to see what others have to say about this. We'll stick with Candace. So the outrage was swift on X. Isaac Hayes III, you know that name, son of the great. He wrote, Dr. Shaun Harper, I'm going to need you to step to the front of the Black congregation and explain this asinine headline in your Forbes article, because this sounds stupid just reading it. Thank you, Isaac. Independent thinker, Isaac Hayes. Mayor, I'm going to stop there and get your assessment thus far on both the headline, the writer's articulation, all of it.
Listen, it goes back again to the lack of intimate relationship with Black people, the lack of diversity in the editorial board, the lack of the diversity in thought. The fact that if you'd have had any Black people connected to our community in that room, that message would have never, that headline would have never flown anywhere. But the decision makers don't have any ties. They're without ties to our community. I am so frustrated in this moment. All of everything since Saturday has me feeling like we're in a third dimension, one that does not include reality. Between the Black people on the state of the RNC last night, this article, and Forbes of all, with all of the money that Forbes has, with all of the resources they have, the fact that this is the best they could come up with as for a headline. Someone edited and workshopped this headline. This is what we got.
Yeah.
The idea that being shot is gonna make you connect to our community is absolutely disgusting. And furthermore, there's no oversized Black violence or relationship with gun violence. The leading people who die from gun deaths every year in this country are white men in suburbia.
Never mind the facts, Mayor. I mean, why are you giving us actual facts? This is a fictional feel-good piece from Mr. Harper. This is what he wanted to write. And there you go, interrupting us with facts.
Yeah, I mean, and it's tragic that people play games. And whenever I'm called by any of these major articles and I give them facts, the first they want to do is they want to ask me for a white source. I own more data on Black men than any organ in this country. Yet every time I'm asked about white sources. When you write a damn article about Black people, why don't you give Black sources? This is
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous that this is actually, the fact that it was ever put up, the fact that it's taken down now is embarrassing. It should have been forced to stay up so we could be reminded how stupid these people are.
And that's where I'm going next, Mayor, because there's a little bit more for you. Multiple social media users began criticizing this, as you might expect. They criticized the article in its headline, while Harper told the Post he felt the column had been widely misinterpreted. Now, the mayor just broke it down, Mr. Harper. It wasn't. As of Monday morning, the original URL for the article returns an error message on the Forbes site reading, "We can't find the page that you were looking for." Daily Beast contacted Forbes for the comment. Look, I don't mind so much that the media makes mistakes. I mind that they never admit it. I mind that they try to pretend things didn't happen when we all saw what you did. You're supposed to be a journalism organization. Why don't you explain yourself? If you really believe what you wrote, why don't you fight? Fight, as Donald Trump would say, fight for it. Why don't you fight? Why does it give an error message? And by the way, Mayor, you're also right. You are a brilliant man, and you're not alone in your brilliance and your blackness. Am I supposed to go to a black doctor only after a white one says they're qualified? Because that's what it feels like. That's kind of what it feels like you said here, that's how people treat you. Only when a white person comes down and anoints you as qualified and brilliant are you actually that. I'll give you the last word, Mayor.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this age-old question about when do Black people get to speak on behalf of Black people, and also how we fact check those who are so-called gatekeepers. We saw it in Van Jones' misinterpretation of Amber Rose's power in her speech, which Black people rightfully and accurately destroyed, and now we see it in the same thing with this gentleman with his. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, Van Jones. Van Jones. We get it, Van. You want to hold on. You want to gatekeep. I feel sorry for the grandpa. He's just a grandpa who got indicted for trying to steal an election. And why are you persecuting his grandpa? You mean Donald Trump? Van? That's what you're talking about? Yeah, he's just a grandpa. You're on the right network. Apparently, right now, you're on the right network until they pivot again. But whatever they do, it'll be based on profit projection, not the truth, not journalism.